Hi everyone, welcome to week 3. I wanted actually to make this video to kind of talk about the very first chapter that we're going to cover, 2 chapters, I should say, that cover only macroeconomic topics, because what we covered so far basically were common between both microeconomics and macroeconomics. So if you took micro, you probably remember demand and supply, you remember opportunity cost, you remembered market failure. So these are all the topics that we also cover in micro classes here at Lone Star. We're going to skip chapter 5. So starting chapter 6, we are actually focused only on macroeconomic topics. And I'm kind of combining chapter 6 and chapter 7 because a lot of things that are introduced in chapter 6 will be covered in future chapters. So I'm not going to actually cover all the stuff that you see in chapter 6, like we define unemployment in chapter 6, and then we're going to cover unemployment in more detail in chapter 9. So we're going to skip those. So for chapter 6, definitely stick to notes and skip anything that you do not see on my notes. Okay. And probably the only topic that you need to focus in chapter 6, which is kind of at the end of chapter 6, is about the 2 different prices that we're discussing: sticky prices and flexible prices, which are kind of related to shocks that are happening on the demand side of the market. Okay. The focus will be on chapter 7, because we are going to start our very first macroeconomic topic, basically in chapter 7, which is about GDP. You probably heard about GDP, gross domestic product. We're going to look into the definition of GDP, different components of GDP. We will talk about what is not basically included in GDP. We will talk about the difference between real GDP and nominal GDP. So these are the important topics that we're going to discuss in this chapter, chapter 7. And of course, I'm not going to talk about all these things that I named here in this video, because I already created another video for you. And remember that you can always listen to kind of my longer version of long videos, which is kind of when I talk over the lecture notes, and I always put them in my weekly emails when I send them to you. They are long, but it's like when you watch them, it's like you're sitting in the classroom, and I'm kind of going over the notes and explaining a little bit more about basically each topic. Okay. Be patient. I always encourage my students to watch those. And of course, I have other videos on D12 in my weekly modules, where I just talk about one topic in kind of short. So if you struggle with let's say opportunity cost, you can just watch that video, which is kind of short. And also on D12, if I find something interesting on YouTube, I also share it with you. So there are basically 2 different types of videos you can see: the shorter ones, which are about one specific topic, or my longer videos where I talk over the notes and I include them in my weekly emails. Okay. Of course, if you go to my YouTube channel, you can find all of them. Anyhow, I just wanted to clarify about chapter 6, especially in this video, and tell you just to skip those parts that we are not basically discussing in the lecture notes. Be focused more on chapter 7. And also, if you look at week 3, this is of course a very short semester, 8-week class. So I know it's week 3, but we're going to have our midterm exam. Okay. So I also wanted to talk to you a little bit about the midterm exam. So our midterm exam is online. You don't have to go to campus or whatnot. One thing that you need, that I also mentioned it at the beginning of the class, was that you need a webcam, okay, to take the test, because it's a proctor test. It's timed. So as soon as your time is up, the exam will be closed. You need if your laptop doesn't have the webcam, you can get an external webcam, which is very cheap at Walmart or Amazon. If still that's not an option for you, as I again told you at the beginning of the semester, try to reach out to Lone Star College Sci-Fair. I know that we do have some laptops that you can basically borrow if you are, of course, Lone Star student, if you have the Lone Star ID or whatnot, so you can borrow it, you can use it. So there's no excuse for you not to basically take the test and say that, oh, I did not have the webcam. It is your responsibility to get one, okay? Either from Lone Star or have your own or borrow it from somebody. So I know that I said proctored test, but honestly, I am not there watching you while we're taking the test. This is something that I should clarify. And some students, when you say proctor, they think that the professors are sitting and just watching you. We do not. So when you take the test, of course, you'll be recorded, okay? And not all the time I'm going to watch that video. Okay, I will browse, but typically we will get a red flag if something was kind of weird on your end. Like what? Like you're talking to somebody, you are moving a lot, you leave the camera, and then after a while you show up. So those are the things that I will get red flags, of course. So I'm not watching. So be cool, chill out, take the test like nobody's there, but don't leave your station while you are taking the test. Ask your friends, family member not to interrupt you while you are taking the test. Then I'm not going to watch you. Okay, I just wanted to clarify that. What else about the test? It's multiple choice, true, false. But when you're getting ready, I would always recommend my students to read the book, take a look at the notes on D12, review the assignments that you already did on Connect. There's also a practice question. If you go to week 3, there's also practice questions. So there are a bunch of questions with answers. So definitely review those, and you should be fine. You can have all the formulas while you're taking the test. I'm okay with that. Just make sure if you have like a formula sheet or whatnot to show it at the beginning of the test, so I can see that that's the only paper basically you have. It is timed, so use your time wisely. What else? If you're running into, let's take a technical issue, the fastest way for you is to send your emails to my Lone Star email, because I have my Lone Star email on my cell phone. So it will pop up. So it's faster for me to basically respond to you when you send your emails to my Lone Star email. If it's over the weekend, if it's at night, I probably don't check my D12. And of course, don't send an email at like, I don't know, midnight or whatnot. I might be sleeping. I have 2 young kids. So we wake up early, me and my husband, but we go to bed probably 1 hour after my kids are, in their bed. So I'm not going to stay up that late. But again, still, I'm faster in responding to all the emails that come to my phone, which is my Lone Star email. So if there's anything urgent, do not contact me via a D12. And make sure that you are also using your Lone Star email. Otherwise, it will go to my spam. One important thing, whenever you're contacting me, doesn't matter if it's for the test or something else, always include your full name, your course number, which is Econ 2301, or just write macroeconomics, and your section number. That's very, very important, because I teach 6 different classes. So it's impossible for me to remember everybody's name, honestly, and it's just faster for me to find your name and your class. And I just decided last year that I'm not going to respond to those emails that do not have this information, because I repeat myself over and over again. I put it in my emails, I tell it in my videos. So if you do not include your information, your class information, I'm not going to respond. Okay, period. I'm not even asking you, okay, what is your section number? I'm just going to ignore that email. It's your responsibility to include all the information. All right. It sounds harsh, but you are a college student, so you need to know that. All right. That's pretty much about the midterm exam. Let me know if you have any question, and the best of luck to you. All right. Study hard, and good luck.